Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Oakland Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down.
Guys who want to throw it, it gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his aiming for it. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Completes it to Davis. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved.
Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Playing is just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means. And
You got it ready?
Back to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete.
To go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help. They'll run on 1st down. Home. And that didn't fool anybody. And he'll give it here.
It's going to be 15 yards.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And running ball.
Get ball.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. Does him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. In 19. Back to throw. Johnson. And nearly an interception here to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Johnson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. On 1st down, Taylor. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 20.
We've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a throw here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Possession of the football. They're going to look to throw. They're facing a tough spot. 3rd and 8 here to start. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 43 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big run.
Watch the screen. Ready?
And to give this time to the tailback. And making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Shaw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll run it now out of the gun.
It's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence,
Yes, right.
if they're smart, they do.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs. Browns 2nd and 4. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Johnson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
1 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Like that, because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And taking it across.
Giving them a whole lot of credit, thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on. 2nd and 10. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it in.
Drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start with some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Oh, he's got a man wide now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. That is.
I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Johnson. This will be caught. Johnson from the gun. He'll throw. This will be caught at about the 5 from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field. The Super Bowl 52 champs hosting a team that's never won a Super Bowl, the Detroit Lions. And in the second quarter, it is the Eagles who are out in front. The Eagles looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we'll head to Buffalo to check on the Bills at home in New Era Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The Packers trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made.
Start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. And he's
all as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
Here's a pass. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run on 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Johnson. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field's one now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. And he went back. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You bring in the nickel package, just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Down.
Firing quick game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a
own end zone. They need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Right back to him on first down. And they'll run it here. And he's going to have to pretend. Brings up third down. They'll set up a throw.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other
territory at the 34. They run the counter. Shaw. A pickup. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Shaw, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open.
Clock here already as they come up second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2.
On the safety, well, you don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a set it aside and move forward.
2nd and 1. Quick hitter here. It's quarterback now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And now Johnson going to throw again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. Johnson now operating from the gun. Wide open. Here's Johnson on 1st down. Oh, he's got him in. From the gun. Johnson. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. From 13 yards.
Sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick.
And none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Going to give this time to the tailback. They'll run it now out of the gun. And boy. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Vikings, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now.